It was 1905. The German Empire ruled over East Africa with iron hands and bitter hearts. In their colony of German East Africa, life was brutal. The indigenous people were forced to pay heavy taxes, build roads under the hot sun, and worst of all, cultivate cotton for export by force. Entire communities were torn from their farms, food became scarce, famine loomed. But worse than hunger was humiliation. Men who once stood proud in their clans now bowed before white men with whips, until a stranger came from the south. His name was Kinjikitile Ngwale, a spiritual leader, a prophet, maybe even a madman. He claimed to be possessed by a spirit, Pongo, an ancestral force of nature. And he brought with him a magic potion. He called it Maji, Swahili for water. He told the people, "This Maji will protect you. The bullets of the Germans will turn to water. The spirits of your ancestors will fight with you. You are not slaves, you are warriors." From village to village, his message spread like wildfire. Thousands came to drink the potion. Men, women, even children, they believed. And then the rebellion began. In July 1905, thousands of warriors, armed with spears, bows, and their faith, attacked German garrisons and plantations. They tore down cotton fields. They ambushed patrols. They struck fear into the hearts of colonial officers. The Germans were shocked. This was no ordinary uprising. This was a holy war. But belief alone could not stop bullets. The Maji did not work. When German guns fired, the bullets did not turn to water. Still, the warriors kept charging. Even as their brothers fell, they kept going. It was not just about freedom anymore. It was about honor, dignity, and revenge. The rebellion spread like thunder across the southern regions. Matumbi, Ngoni, Zaramo, Pogoro, tribes that once fought each other now stood united, under one cause: throw out the Germans. But the German response was savage. They called in reinforcements. They used machine guns. They burned entire villages suspected of helping the rebels. And worst of all, they cut off food supplies. They created an artificial famine. They starved the land. It wasn't just war, it was a massacre. By 1907, the rebellion was crushed. Over 100,000 Africans were dead, many from bullets, more from starvation, and Kinjikitile Ngwale, the prophet of the Maji, had already been executed, his dream, buried beneath the ash and blood of war. But his story did not die. The Maji Maji Rebellion may have failed militarily, but it lit a fire in the hearts of generations. It showed the people that colonialism could be resisted, that Africans could unite across tribal lines, that even against guns, spirits, and stories had power. Historians now call it one of the first modern African wars of independence. A war fought not just with weapons, but with belief. And though Kinjikitile's magic didn't stop the bullets, his spirit still echoes in the rivers, in the trees, and in every voice that dares to say, "We are not slaves, we are warriors."